And now, live from Pod Cabin in Burbank, California, it's the Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend show. Tonight, Allison welcomes your guests. She's an actress and comedian, and the reason that Good Mythical Morning had to take out an insurance policy for boob-related damages, it's Emily Fleming. Chef Jeff is here to tell everyone to stop worrying about Biden's sagging poll numbers. Sagging polls are something that comes with old age and really not that big a deal, okay? I'm her husband, Daniel, saying hop on board the Love Bus and say hello to your new best friend, Allison Rosen.
Allison Rosen, Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Allison, with her the good times never end. Allison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Allison's your new best friend.
Hello, my little dulce de leche sandwich cookies. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. That particular delicious sounding carbohydrate was sent in on Patreon. By Kristen Medlock. And yes, I am on Patreon. All sorts of fun stuff there. We've got bonus episodes with Jenna Kim Jones, with Renee Colvert, with Elliot, Owen, Tony, Daniel, and me. That one was, would you call it a disaster, Daniel?
It was a bit of a train wreck.
Yeah. I mean, what is that sound? I love it, though. Hi, Jeff.
Hi. It's all going to hell. Hold on.
Okay. I feel like it sounds like this. Like,
that's what I'm hearing.
I don't hear it anymore, though.
All better.
Okay. So anyway, it's a long story, but let's just say that when Tony sent me the file, it was called Patreon Chaos. But I posted it.
There's some pretty funny stuff in it.
There's a lot of funny stuff. Elliot roasted me. I posted it, and the responses that I'm already getting are very positive. Like, this one is filled with gold. This was amazing. This was wonderful. I've never heard Tony laugh like that.
We're listening to it again, and there's some pretty, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. So it's good. And by the way, the episodes that I mentioned, those are just the recent ones. The back catalog has all of your favorites, including a drop bonanza from none other than Jeff Fox, who happens to be here. Hello, Jeff.
Hi, Allison. It's good to be here.
Let's not bite that for a minute just because it's making a lot of noise, okay?
Well, in my defense, I got called over here at the last minute during dinner time, so I'm eating.
Allow me to explain, and also to say, which I should have said before, go for an annual subscription on Patreon. Get 2 months free.
Patreon.
Okay, so
do that now. You don't even have to worry about 2024. You know what I mean?
Right. It'll take you right through.
Yeah. Just coast right on through.
Go subscribe. Do an annual subscription, and with that 2 months free, it puts money in your bank account. I mean, not literally.
It pays for itself after 2 months. I don't know how.
We are I don't quite understand the math either, but all I know is you can go to law school on the money that you save.
Well, I don't stand by that.
You can go to DeVry trade school.
I mean, again, I'm not sure I stand by that.
You could go bowling.
If you get a coupon for free bowling.
You could buy soup.
If you go to the soup kitchen and get free soup, then it pays for soup.
But it's value. It's value added.
Definitely is.
Okay. All right. I feel like this is my show. Envision me holding. This is a visual. A handful of uncooked rice.
Okay, I'm imagining it.
And it's just now why I chose to carry a handful of uncooked rice in my outstretched palms instead of a bowl, I don't know.
Strange choice.
It's a poor choice. And for some reason it worked all these years, and now suddenly...
That's how you've always done it?
I've always... Oh, sorry. Did I explain that the rice is my show?
Yeah, I see.
This is my show. I'm holding it gingerly and tenderly in my palms. And suddenly the grains are slipping through my fingers. The grains being scheduled guests. and also my producer. Okay, so here's what happened.
So there's 3 grains of rice in your hand.
No, Daniel.
There's only 2 because one of them's her.
I see.
No, the rice is not. No. There's like multiple servings of rice in my hands, especially because it bulks up when you cook it.
I see.
I'm just saying the wheels are coming off of the rice.
Okay.
It's like this. This episode was supposed, and is it good to let them know what they could have had, and then be like, but instead we're having celery.
I mean,
It could have been rice, but it's celery.
Yeah, tell him.
Okay. Initially, it was supposed to be David Honey Huntsberger, Emily Fleming, Tony, you, me.
Okay.
And then old Honey Huntsberger had warned me,
Humped a booger?
had warned me that he had been sick and it was affecting his voice, and can he check in with me tomorrow or the next day? And I said, yes, no problem.
Bitch, please.
He checked in. Well, good friend, it's not looking good. He still doesn't have a good voice. Still doesn't have a voice. I mean, he's not in good voice. I think that's what they say.
I've
in
never
the
lost
theater.
my voice being sick.
Really?
Yeah.
I have.
I wish I did.
It's
Many people
kinda-
wish I did.
I'll take my business elsewhere.
Yeah, there is something cool about it at the beginning. It's like developing a new skill.
You know what's the best is when, I mean, I don't like it when my sons get sick, but when Owen gets sick and he gets that raspy voice, it's really cute.
It's really, really, really cute. So anyway, and we have to talk about Owen in a moment because Daniel broke his heart earlier.
I did.
Okay. So anyway, Dave Huntsberger, he was out. I'm like, that's okay. We still got Emily Fleming, which, by the way, we still do have Emily Fleming, just not yet.
Did David lose his voice from too much vaping?
Fuck, that's good vaping.
See how I set myself up for that drop?
That's good, though.
$80,000 worth of film school at your service.
You know,
Oh, that's what you can get with 2 months free of Patreon.
that's right. Film school.
Like 5 minutes of film
5
school.
minutes. Yeah, how many minutes?
What you get is the value that I have drawn from $80,000 worth of film school and whittle it down and boil it down into a thick syrup that gets delivered to you via this podcast.
A thick syrup. That's what I wish my podcast was instead of loose grains of rice.
We'll mix the loose grains of rice in some thick syrup and then
Shampoo.
it'll be slop.
Rice-filled shampoo.
Rice.
That's
Gruel,
my
yeah.
show.
This is
Rice-
podcast gruel.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so anyway, then an hour before the show, an hour and 10,
Mhm.
Tony said, here, I'll read his text. Hold, please. Okay. Get the glasses on.
Yeah, what's up with Tone Zone?
Oh, I didn't fill you in. I just
didn't
told
tell
you
me.
that he wasn't going to be able to. Okay. He said, so I know this is extremely inconvenient timing, but I suddenly got super. I don't know what. I'm sorry, Tony. It makes me laugh.
If it's that he's sick,
It is. You read it.
all right. So I know this is extremely inconvenient timing, but I suddenly got super nauseous and have turned very red. I have no idea what is going on. It hit me very suddenly.
For some reason, the fact that he turned red is funny to
He
me. I
turned
know.
red.
Okay. I'm sorry. It just tickled my funny bone. It's not funny. I said, oh, anyway. I hope
All
he's
right,
better.
So he's sick too,
And he's red.
and he turned red.
Yeah. So, okay. So I reached out to Jeff thinking there's no way Jeff is going to be able to do it. It's so last minute. Jeff being the
Jeff
MVP
to the rescue.
that he is. Yeah. So here he is. And then
what a delight.
around 4:12, I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? And then I had this thing that's been happening to me lately, hence the rice grains through my fingers of like, what level of confirmation do I need? Maybe I need them to say the word confirmed. And And so then I got in touch with Emily, and she's like, oh, shit, I thought it was tomorrow, on my way, which makes her a bit of an MVP, too.
The fact that she's hustling over here is great. But didn't you send an email this morning?
I sent an email last night, but all of a sudden I realized she never responded to it. You know what I need to do?
You shouldn't send it. I think you had an auto send at midnight.
I didn't.
That's when I got it. And it's like,
I'm staring
emails-
at Jeff as if he would understand how
emails
Daniel's
received-
email works.
Emails received in the middle of the night or sometimes
But I
less.
didn't have an auto send, you asshole.
Well, why did I get it at midnight?
Because that's
the
when you
stroke
checked
of
your
midnight.
email?
That's when you check your email. That's what you sound like to me.
I said, okay.
That sounds like you're not managing your life very well.
Do you want to know when I sent it?
Do I?
Do you?
Fine.
4:57 p.m.
Did you put it in the post? Did you send it via courier?
I sent it via Gmail.
They should have a service that's like e-courier. So it's like, if you don't want to spend so much money sending an email, you could send it like via a slow courier. You know? And then
That is a great idea.
they deliver it later.
I will say, given, I do feel sometimes like when you send an email to like 3 people, multiple people, it takes longer. I don't know. Are you really saying, pull it up?
I'd rather not.
Are you really saying it arrived at midnight?
I got it at midnight, and it probably has something to do with Apple's like email thing on my phone.
I got
updating
it at email,
midnight,
meaning it showed up at midnight, or that's when
I
you
got
looked?
it.
It arrived in your inbox at midnight.
My phone said email from Allison Rosen at midnight. Now, my phone probably did some sort of update where it got emails, but it's like, why isn't it doing it regularly throughout? Why?
Well, maybe
did
that
it
was
take
what
6
happened
hours
with Emily
or 8 hours
as well. I don't know. Anyway,
it's a great conversation.
I think I need. You know what I need to do? I need to say, please confirm receipt. Or like, please let me know you got this.
Jeff had the right solution.
Oh, yeah. So Jeff has a solution, which is I should start sending calendar invites.
Yes.
And Jeff claims that makes
What
it
the
sound
fuck?
So like I doubt you.
Yeah.
Jeff claims he also was resistant to the calendar invite, but has come around.
Yes.
Because I have been resistant to the calendar invite, because when someone has said to me in the past, can you send me a calendar invite? I thought to myself, I don't really know how.
The problem with a calendar invite, I think the reason I never think to do it is because I'm not confident that if I sent a calendar invite, I don't know what calendar they use. Like if they use Google or Apple or whatever.
Or just a wall calendar.
Yeah, right. Does it update to wall calendars?
It does. If
wow.
There's an attachment. If you click it, and then if you put it on a thumb drive and take it to Kinko's, they will print out on a Post-it note that they will mail to you, and then you can, once you get that in the mail, then you can put that on your wall calendar.
Super convenient.
Yeah, it's not a lot of work.
You can literally upload it to your wall calendar.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, if I were to do it on Google Cal, would that, and somebody doesn't have Google Cal, could it update to their Apple Cal?
Yeah. So it gives you an option. I don't know.
So it's like a universal file.
Yeah, there's a file type. I think it's .ics. That's a sort of
So it's whatever
universal
one
thing.
you use.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I think there's even a little menu thing across the bottom that's like add to Yahoo Calendar, add to.
That's what you should do.
Wow.
Blah, blah, blah,
All
blah.
What's
right.
brilliant about it is you could put in there an automatic reminder that pops up on their business. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Now, Jeff, why were you resistant previously?
Because there's a podcast that I work on where everybody's remote, and this was pre-pandemic, and I had scheduled via email a phone call with somebody that's on the team for this podcast, and it was clearly stated, oh, let's talk at 4, I'll call you, blah, blah. And then she sent me a calendar invite, and I was like, what? I get it, 4 o'clock. Why, why do you have to make this official calendar? Blah. But when I was working at my last Jobby job, I was dealing with all kinds of people from all over, different departments. And I would use my calendar for scheduling my day hour by hour. So to get the invite, to have it populate into my calendar so that I could just look at it and go, oh, okay, well. And the other thing is that it would also block out. So let's say we're recording from 2 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
I could have the settings on my calendar where it would say to people, I'm not available from 2 to 4. So there was a lot of scheduling help that was involved. That's what sort of got me hip to it. And now I'm on the receiving end of a lot of calendar invites, and it's helpful because all the...
Brag.
Yeah.
I know. Wow.
Well, 2 a week. Anyway.
That's multiple.
It is multiple. I like it because all the information is in there. If there's a time change for it, the person on the other end, they just update their calendar and it automatically sends me an invite. So it saves them time. It saves me time.
So what I'm
It's just so
hearing
helpful.
is initially it felt too corporate for you.
Yes.
Which I think is actually potentially my resistance as well, or was. But now you're realizing that it's actually efficient.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
I'm gonna do
efficient
it.
for everyone.
I'm coming around.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to it.
The reason I was annoyed by it initially was like it was clearly established via our email conversation, and then to get this additional calendar reminder
Yeah, like
seemed
it feels redundant.
redundant. But now you can just, if somebody says, if you say, oh, can you record on whatever date in the afternoon? Okay, then send a calendar invite and everybody gets it. And then it's so easy for you to see if people have responded to it.
Yes.
It's all sort of consolidated.
What are you
in one
working for,
place.
Big Cal?
Yeah.
Big Calendar over here, getting a paycheck on the side.
Yeah.
Big Cal Worthington.
I'm
So timely reference.
I'm what's known as a calendar influencer. So that's a lot of people have wondered why I'm not in the photo for shows.
Yeah.
And that's because I'm a calendar influencer. And if I'm in a photo and I don't have a T-shirt that says iCal, I don't get paid.
You're
Right.
you're a calendar guy.
Yeah.
Now, are you in an actual iCal calendar, like a 12 months of Jeff?
I don't know what that means.
Jeff has an account on OnlyCal.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to buy
That
your
was a
way.
laugh, and I thought I was going to sneeze.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah.
So, like,
My best joke give people allergy attacks. That's
I'm
when you know
allergic
I'm
to
funny.
pure humor. No, like 12 months of iCal. So it'd be like January. It's like you in an iCal shirt and a Santa hat. And then February
No, we
is
get
like.
it. We get it.
No, it
Okay.
took me a minute. As
I don't think Jeff got it.
I didn't get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
As we've established before, I'm the world's worst improv comic.
That was my
So-
favorite moment from the Dalton episode when Dalton asked Jeff a question near the end, and Jeff's like, "Oh, because you said that you got kicked off social media."
Right.
And Dalton was like, "Really? Tell me more, Dalton Castle." And you're like, "Well, this is all made up, and I don't know how to improv, so." It was
I'm
so
speaking my
good.
truth.
Big news, guys.
What?
The 5th anniversary edition of Tropical Attire and Courage and Other Phrases That Scare Me, which is my book with 5 new essays,
Wow.
5 new illustrations, is available for order. Go to my link tree, which is in my bio on
Amazing.
Instagram, or just Google Linktree and Allison Rosen, and you will find it, and you can get there. And it's got an updated cover. Couple of things on the cover, it's clear how they're different, and then there's like a little bit of an Easter eggy update as well. And I said something about this whole situation to Daniel last night, and he said, I mean, you've literally been plugging this book for years. It's not like it's something new. And I said, thank you, honey.
Well, you were feeling like there wasn't a mad rush to
Okay, I'll explain.
yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of buzz about these new illustrations from Daniel.
I mean, they're pretty spectacular.
I posted it. Look, people have already bought it. I already posted a picture of someone who has already
I'm not saying
received their
people aren't
copy.
interested in it. I'm just saying like you're not going to get the same interest that you would get if it were brand
Because
new.
I posted on Instagram and I said, put book in the comments and I'll DM you a link. And literally 0.0 people have asked for a book. But meanwhile, so many people want a link to Daniel's favorite things list. So then I said, well, this is real humbling. And
Well,
then
you know
Daniel
what?
was
It
like,
is.
well,
It is.
you
Got.
know,
It's got
like,
5 new essays, 5 new illustrations, and if you need even more Allison writing, subscribe to her Substack,
Oh my God. I like that a lot. Thank you.
and maybe I can convince her to write another book.
Yeah, I know Daniel's up my butt about that.
You're a good writer.
Thank you.
Up your butt. Yeah.
Jeff, you'll appreciate this.
Yes.
So, and yes, I did mention this on Monday's episode, but I feel that it needs to go to a wider audience that includes Jeff. Elliot was standing next to me. Elliot, who he learned to read in kindergarten, but like it's really coming together for him now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's standing there and he looks up at the wall and he goes, zip it, cunt. Zip it, cunt. Because I have this little embroidered thing that a listener sent me that says zip it, cunt on it. So that has happened now. And I explained to him it was a thing I said on a show a long time ago. No, I don't even think it was I said that it was a thing I said. I said it's a thing from a show a long time ago. And that cunt is a not kind word to call someone. So like you never want to call someone that, you know, in school or in public. It would hurt their feelings. But anyway, I thought that was funny. His teacher had warned us that this is the age where they'll be able to read your texts and they're going to start reading things, you know.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
They'll start reading your needlepoint.
I know.
Exactly.
I found in a thrift shop a hat, a blue baseball hat, and then in black glitter letters, it says DILF.
Oh.
And had a bunch of power tools around it. So one assumes it was Dad, I'd like to.
Yeah.
And I texted #Al and I said, I want to send this to you so bad, but I know that this is too peppery for you. But I said, I just wanted you to know that you were the first person I thought of sending this. And he said, yeah, sorry, my kids are old enough that they would actually be able to read that and say, Dad, what does DILF stand for?
I mean, isn't it better that they learn it at home, though?
Exactly.
Because they're going to find it on the streets.
Yeah, listen, my aim is to be the number one DILF at the school.
Mm-hmm. How's it? Which school? Both?
Any school. My current, I've said this before, my current goal is to become so good looking that people want to be friends with me just to look at me. Just because they want to look at me. So
Like,
that's the goal.
Who's an example of this?
I mean, I feel like people are friends with people like Brad Pitt, you know, back in the day because
Probably.
he's so good looking, you know. But yeah, like that kind of. We're just like, man, he's just eye candy. I want to have you ask me out for like coffee just so they can gaze across the table at me or be seen with me and feel like they're better looking as a result of being with me.
Oh, the halo effect.
Yeah. I've got a long way to go, but you got to dream big, is what I'm saying.
Now, when you get to this point, are you going to leave me?
Listen, who knows where the cards will fall.
Right. You don't know what's going to happen.
I don't want to micromanage this, this rift in your relationship, but I would say stick around and throw it in her face for a long time. I think that's the power move.
It is.
Rather than
kinda.
just taking off and getting
Yeah,
a
like
trophy,
if
new trophy wife.
If it's one of those things where it's like, why is he with her?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to like soak that up for a long time. I think you're going to get more satisfaction out of that.
Like,
than
oh,
just
she must have
trading
a
up.
great personality.
she must be rich or something.
Yes. Let me know when that happens. Jeff,
Yes.
do you miss having a jobby job?
I think about this all the time. I do and I don't. The main thing that I liked about having a jobby job was not having the existential dread on me 24 hours a day of, holy shit, I have to keep all of this afloat. Am I making the right decision every minute? I'm constantly reevaluating. Should I be doing something different? Am I doing enough? That was the beauty of having a job was just that. Also, just money shows up whether you work or not. But
So true.
that, and my last job, I actually liked a lot of the people that I worked with. And when my department got nuked and I got laid off, I really missed people. It was really like I got divorced from my family, and I never experienced that at a job before. Like every other job I had, I was like, I'm ready to leave this at any time. I don't like any of you. But the last one, I actually really, really liked a lot of people. So that was a bummer. But I don't miss the sort of forced socialization, being semi-introvert and not being very corporate. That sort of like, it's Bagel Friday, Happy Monday. Like the first time somebody said Happy Friday to me, I was like, what? Happy Friday? Is that a thing that people say?
Yeah.
Like, there are all these weird little social things that you have to do in an office corporate environment that just don't exist in the rest of the world, and were just a shock to me. And I could sort of roll with it, but I liked most of the people I worked with, but just having to be jovial with 15 people between the elevator and my desk first thing in the morning was brutal to me. I could not take it. Like, I would try and find a secret way to get to the coffee room so that I could at least get a cup of coffee before I had to say hi to 15 people going to my desk. And nicest people, and they meant nothing but nice to but I just don't have it in me.
The office hack for that, and this is like expensive, but you get yourself a little personal coffee maker for your desk, and you don't have to go to the coffee room.
Well, no,
I mingle with the fucking.
That I didn't mind. It was just the having to get to my desk to put my stuff down before I got a cup of coffee to have to deal with people.
Right.
That was difficult.
Right.
So as long as I had a cup of coffee beforehand, that would be fine.
Now, see, you didn't have any coffee at home. I know this is not the point of your story, but I'm going in a different direction. Did you have coffee at home before you got to work?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
But that
okay.
was,
you just needed enough. You need your work coffee.
Yeah, I needed my
Okay, because
get me
I
going coffee.
have never been one of those people that goes to Starbucks every day and has my Starbucks order that I get every day. And in fact, I have never understood the people that if that's your first, a bit like for whom that's the first coffee of the day, because I need coffee.
Get out the door.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I need coffee. Ideally, I like to have coffee before I take a shower. Although I recognize that if I could just get in the shower first thing, it would be so much better for me.
Yeah. It's too much time to make coffee and put it in a travel container or something like that. So for me, when I would go to the office, sometimes I would hit a Starbucks, although that can add up.
Yeah.
So if you're lucky enough to work in a place that has good coffee, then you just go. Our office had a Starbucks machine, so it would serve the.
Ooh,
Yeah, we
that's
had that
neat.
too.
Yeah, so you could get the same beans.
Like the
So there's
kind
no
they have
point to go to Starbucks.
At car dealerships, I think they often have those.
Yeah, I guess.
Like touchscreen, you can choose your different things.
Yeah.
All right, guys, breaking news. Emily is 5 minutes away. I say we take a break.
All right.
Hello, everyone. We're back, and we are joined by Emily Fleming.
Hey.
Hello. Hi.
How's it going? I'm kind of frazzled because I was late.
It's totally okay. I appreciate the fact that you're like, I'm on my way, like right now, because I do feel that many people in your situation would be like, I'm so sorry. Can we reschedule?
Nah, I don't have anything going on. That's why it's so embarrassing that I was late. Because it's like, why? Why was I?
I know, but okay, well, a question, because this came up earlier. If I had sent you a calendar, because I never send calendar
yes,
invites.
more calendar talk.
We've had some intense calendar talk on this show.
Yeah.
If I had sent you a calendar talk. If I had
What's a
sent you-
calendar
talk-
invite.
Is it like TikTok, but
Yes.
boring?
No, that's this show. If I had sent you a calendar invite, would that have changed the equation for
Like
you?
if it came with an alert so that you got a reminder
Do you
earlier
use your
in the
calendar
day.
on your phone?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I mean,
This is good to know though, because I've been kind of like anti-calendar alert. I mean, anti-calendar invites.
Yeah. That may have helped. I think that you contacted me through Twitter or no, Instagram
but-
messages.
Yeah.
And sometimes my messages get all like, I don't
Right.
know. My main form of communication with my family and friends is all Instagram. We just send each other memes. So it gets kind of backed up.
Right.
But I think that may have helped, but I'm also just, I'm medicated for ADHD, but as I get older, it's getting harder. It's like it doesn't matter. It's like it doesn't matter. It's like I'm going to have to make a decision pretty soon to have a routine that I have to commit to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to do it. I've always just kind of been like, blah, but But then when you're actually kind of busy, which I am now, which is not normal for me, you gotta get it together, you know?
Well, you did get it together because here you are.
I was
And
at the
how?
gym, and then you texted me, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And so I got up. I haven't showered. But you know, I had deodorant in my fanny pack.
I mean, how
So,
perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, did you at least get a workout in?
yeah, I did.
Okay. So, how was Nashville?
Amazing. I love going home. I went home for like 8 days.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go back for Christmas.
Mm.
I just every chance I get to go home, I'm just doing it. I don't really travel anyway, but hopefully my parents don't listen to this. They're in their 70s now, and I don't know. They're with it. All the faculties are
Oh,
together.
that's great.
That's our
And
key
so-
demographic, by the way.
Oh yeah,
They
cool.
might listen.
So it's like I just want to spend every time I can with
Aw.
them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
sweet.
And you know, hang out with my bitch sister occasionally. No, we had a really good time together this break. The time before that, we definitely, I don't know why we fought, but now.
What do you guys fight over?
I think that there's some resentment about how, like, she's stayed in Nashville since, like, she's always stayed. And
She
she's
older or younger?
Younger, 5 years younger. And she's a caseworker. She works with, like, underprivileged kids with mental disabilities and needs and stuff
Virtue
like that.
signal.
I know. She's, like, amazing, actually. She really is amazing. And, but I think there's just this, you've gotten to live this fantasy life.
Uh-huh.
And I'm here actually working, and I'm with mom and dad all the time. And, you know, I think there's a little bit of that. At least that's what I think it is. But she's in like such a good place now. She got a cool new job, and she's working as a karaoke DJ at her favorite bar that's just down the street from her house. Oh, she just bought a house.
So she's in showbiz.
My sister just bought a house too,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
so cool.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Brand.
Wait, karaoke
DJ.
DJ at her favorite bar.
I have
What
the-
is a karaoke DJ?
Here, I bought the fanny pack.
Oh my God, the one that
my
has the
God.
deodorant in it.
yeah.
What does that say? Rosie's.
It's Rosie's Twin Kegs in
Aw.
Nashville, and they have karaoke on Friday and Saturday nights. It
And
is such
how
a cool
famous
bar.
are they?
I don't know if they're that famous because here's the thing: Nashville is what? What am I doing?
Look on that thing.
Look on the patch.
Look on the patch.
On the fanny pack.
Oh, it says famous. What?
It says international famous.
Oh, internationally famous. I
Yeah.
think that that's some false advertising. Sorry, I swear to God, I took my meds today. But I don't know how famous it is. But Nashville is, you know, increasingly becoming just the craziest tourist trap.
Yes.
ever.
More
And-
than before.
Oh my God, no! When I was a kid, it was like it's a pretty much an adult playground. You know, it's not like sometimes had to go with my dad to gigs. My dad's a musician, and I'd have to like be sitting in this like bar or sitting in somebody's house where they're practicing. And it was just like, God, Nashville's so boring. And but now it's like, and of course I'm an adult now, so that's why it's fun. But it is crazy. It is so overpopulated. They're building stadium after stadium. We're all like, can you put that towards, I don't know, the people?
Like sports
Yeah.
stadiums?
Yeah, we have a soccer stadium.
Yeah.
We don't have a baseball team though, which is weird. I feel like Nashville should have a baseball team before we have a soccer team.
Do the stadiums have like? Are they named after banks and various financial
Probably. I
institutions?
don't actually. I haven't looked too much into it. But all I know is that everybody's pissed about the next stadium they're making. But yeah, so there's a lot of places that were cool local haunts that are now so packed and that I couldn't even get
Yeah.
in. There's a place called Santa's,
Mhm.
and it's basically in a double wide off a random road, and it's a karaoke bar, and it just recently stopped being able to let people have cigarettes. Like they just
held
finally put the nail in the coffin
Right.
on the cigarettes in the bars.
What
which,
would Santa say?
I know, but yeah. So that place is packed all the time. So I like this place, Rosie's Twin Kegs, because it's kind of like a diamond in the rough. It's pretty cool. But so she's a karaoke DJ. She's the one who runs the machine.
Like calls people up to their
Yeah, she takes
Okay.
the requests
So
and
cool.
calls people up. She'll go up and sing sometimes if there's like a lull or something. And it was a blast. That bar is so cool. They have hand-dipped corn dogs.
Wow.
And
Just like hot dog on a stick.
it's so good. I love corn dogs so much. So, yeah, we had a great time this time. Not much going out or anything. We just kind of hung at home and we watched Muppet Christmas Carol.
I love Muppet Christmas Carol. It is
the best.
and I love the soundtrack to it. That is
Ugh.
the Christmas music that I put on.
The music is so good.
It's so good.
It
All
has
the vegetables hate them.
It has no business being that
Yeah.
good, too. And Michael Caine is just
He acts
killer.
his balls off
I
in
was
that movie.
sobbing when he was just like, show me no more and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. But surely I can change something. I don't know. He's just, he was so good in it.
Yeah.
And yeah. And you always cry about the Tiny Tim part, especially when it's a baby frog.
I know.
Fuck off. Human baby. Who cares?
We just had a guest, Dalton Castle, who lives in Nashville,
Uh-huh.
and he's moving, or I guess he's going to become like he's going to be in 2 locations. Like they're not giving up they're going to spend time in both places, but he wants to leave Nashville because it has become so crowded.
Yeah, and it's just like not quite the same place that it was when I was growing up. It's like very commercialized. Justin Timberlake has a fucking bar, and it's
Yeah, I just read an article about how a lot of people are moving out of Texas to Tennessee. And,
why? Because they don't enjoy the tax cuts in Texas. Like,
what was the reason? It had to do with the property taxes in Texas and the property values being really high.
I thought their taxes was the whole reason why people moved.
Income
there.
tax. They have no income tax, but their property
okay.
taxes are higher. I mean,
Okay.
And then Nashville has no what?
I don't know,
I
but
mean, Tennessee has
and,
no.
and then there's something about they were frustrated with the politics in Texas. A lot of too much discrimination. But I feel like, but I feel like why would you go to Tennessee?
Have fun in Tennessee, guys. It's not. I don't know why anyone would.
But
think
that's what
it's
they were
better.
saying. Like the migration was going initially from California to Texas.
Okay.
Like 120,000 people.
Like Austin. Everybody was moving to Austin.
yeah,
they're
I think
keeping
so.
it weird anymore.
San Francisco to Austin was a route,
Yeah.
but a lot of people were leaving California because they were conservative and they didn't like the politics in California.
Right.
So they moved to Texas, but then a lot of people are moving out of Texas to go to Tennessee for some reason. So I don't know.
I don't know, man. I wish they wouldn't. And it's pretty discriminatory. I mean, we're talking about the drag queen ban, and
Yeah.
basically it's a trans ban.
Yeah.
It's like it sucks. It sucks. And there was this thing I watched today. The gun laws in Tennessee are nightmarish, post-apocalyptic level. In Memphis, there is a guy just walking around a school with a AK-47, just like circling it.
Jeez.
And so they put the school on lockdown, but then they took the school off of lockdown because the guy hadn't fired the gun.
You
So he hadn't
definitely
done
don't
anything
go on
wrong. He hadn't done anything wrong.
But-
He had every right to just walk around with an AK-47.
Did they find out why he was doing that?
That's
Feel
not
like-
what I heard. I don't think that they can't ask him. Like, he can just walk around, but until he fires the gun, he's done nothing wrong.
Well, that's
So
fine.
you can just walk around with an AK-47 in
Memphis is where this was.
in Memphis.
Yep. Yep.
Can you do that in like every state?
No.
No. Well, the thing that's interesting
I
to
don't
me
really
is
know.
I've told you I have a taser.
Oh yes.
And because I'm a pedestrian, I use public transit and Ubers and stuff. But and in New York, I was mugged, but you're not allowed to have anything in New York City.
You're not
can't
allowed to have anything.
pepper spray, taser, guns, nothing. You can't.
Really?
You're not supposed to. And I don't know if there's a way to register your taser. I have friends that have it anyway, because you can just order one from Amazon. It's not like they can stop you. But if you get, stopped and frisked and they find it, they can give
Wonder
you
what
a
the thinking
ticket.
is
I don't know.
there. Like, I feel like you should be able to have like tasers or
Well-
like personal defense.
No.
Mm.
Weapons and NYC are treated a little differently than California. We have more gun shops, like
You know what I
per
think?
capita than
Down the
so
street
great.
from us.
Yeah.
What about a whip?
I don't know. I don't know about whip. All I do know is out here I have a taser, but a friend of mine gave me some brass knuckles that
Yeah.
are pretty cool. Those are illegal.
Those are illegal.
You can't
And-
have those, and I did not know that. I did not know that. So yeah, I don't know why. I think because it could do real
You can
permanent
break,
damage.
Yeah, you can break someone's
Yeah,
face.
yeah, you could so with a taser, it's temporary, and pepper spray, it's temporary.
Have you ever been tempted to use close to using your taser?
No, all I do is buzz it as a warning.
Have you done that before?
Yes, I've done it a handful of times.
Please tell me about one of those.
And
Or
they've
ma-
all
or some of
been
them.
warranted.
Mhm.
They've all been if there's somebody, because when I got mugged, I was chased from behind. I'm very paranoid about people being behind me. So I'll often look, and if I see somebody that's like, maybe they're just behind me and whatever, I'll cross the street. And if they cross, then I start to get suspicious, and then I'll cross back again. And if they follow me again, that's when I turn around and go, "What's going on? What's going on, man?" and then and if they're kind of like, I'll be like, "I have a taser, by the way." I just let them know. I'm just like, just letting you know, I have a taser.
That's how I deal with ghosts.
With ghosts? Hey,
Yeah.
oh my God, yes. If you're in here,
Okay, what's up? What's up?
I know where you are.
Yeah,
You're
just
so bad.
Just tell me what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
All right, don't try
What's
to sneak
your
up on me.
unfinished business? Let me
Yeah.
help you with it.
Yeah, I'll help
Does
you
it
find the
involve
light.
me?
I'm good at this.
I can't believe I have an opportunity, but I'm going to crowbar this story in because I've been dying to tell the story, and here's
Please.
my opportunity. I accidentally tased myself this weekend.
Yay! No, never mind.
I really
What?
did.
Oh my God, what happened?
Hang on. Thank you.
Nice.
Don't apologize for shoehorning this story, Jeff. Come on.
I've been trying to tell people this. So I have a taser, and I am also pedestrian, so I will carry one. And I was going to leave the house, and I thought, oh, you know what? I haven't checked the battery on this thing in a while. I should do it. So I turned the light on. It has a light on it.
Yep.
The light worked. And then I thought, okay, well, let me try the taser function.
God.
And I hit it, and it just went, just a little thing. And then the battery went dead. And I thought, oh, you know what? This is good that I checked this because I would have walked out the door,
Yeah.
and this thing's a dud. And so I went to plug it in, and my hand was near the taser point things. And I guess it still was waiting to finish off its tase
Oh.
when I
God.
plugged it in, and it was in my hand, and I tased myself.
What was it like?
It hurt,
Yeah.
but it was funny. I started laughing. I almost fell down laughing.
What did it feel like?
Yeah.
Felt like being electrocuted.
Did
Which
it-
is not a feeling that I.
You've never been
I'm familiar-
electrocuted?
What do you
Well,
mean? Like
a
when
tiny bit.
Like when you're going down a plastic slide and you get shocked by
Mm.
something?
It was like when somebody, if they do that thing where they shuffle their feet on a carpet and then zap you with static electricity, it was like that, but it hurt a lot.
Did you
Okay.
fall down? Did it incapacitate you?
No, because it was just a quick little zap. But
Oh.
I actually almost fell down laughing. I was just so cracked up by how stupid I was that I couldn't contain
Did you ever
myself,
do that thing?
which
at
is somewhat incapacitating.
that you'll find an amusement park?
That's
A
the
giggle
move.
attack.
That's the move I should do if I'm attacked: is tase myself.
Oh.
The attacker will fall down laughing at how stupid I am.
Yeah, just shit your pants.
yeah, and then I run.
That's
away.
a good move. You ever do that thing where you hold the things and see how much electricity you
Oh,
get?
yeah.
Oh,
I
I
can't
remember
take very
those.
much of those at
I
all.
wonder, was it like as strong as that?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you're just like, oh.
Or that ab thing. Remember that thing you strap to your abs
Oh,
and
yeah.
it gives you
It was
little
like-
shocks and it's
Did
supposed
you ever
to
do that?
No, but I've
Oh.
wondered if people have done it.
Is it like the abducer or something?
Abdusher.
We used to do a thing. When I was a kid, there were these hobby kits that you could get from Radio Shack where you could wire up different little things. You can make like a crystal radio, and you can make this or that. And there was one thing where essentially you can make a taser. You know, you're taking a low volt, like 9 volts, and then you run it through this capacitor and that capacitor, and it gives you a really hot burst of electricity. And so we would get 2 wires, and then it was a game. It was the 70s, so this was considered fun. And as kids, you would hold on to the wires, and then we would zap it and then slowly turn up the voltage to see how much you could stand. And whoever held on the longest was the winner of sorts.
Tight. I'm trying to think of, if you want to talk about kids doing like pain contests or whatever, did you ever do the choking game?
No, I never did.
No.
You did?
Oh
Did
yeah. At church. All the worst stuff I did was at church. In my youth group, we had this thing called Room in the Inn where they the church opens up for homeless people, where we have the gym open and we play basketball and stuff and chess and whatever, and then we serve food And then they bring out like cots kind of for everybody, and they get to use the showers and blah, blah. And the youth group just like hangs out. And then we sleep over. We have chaperones, but they all sleep in the gym where all
These are like homeless folks?
yeah. So my parents, all the chaperones sleep in the gym where all the homeless folks are. And then the youth group goes to the basement and hangs out because we help with the breakfast and like the cleanup and everything the next day. And so, but we all get into trouble, mostly make out is what we did. I mean, anytime we went on a church mission trip, it was like finger blast makeout. So fun. Honestly, I regret nothing. And I think God would be like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be like,
God loves that shit.
get it. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I think
Hey,
so.
you know what? God eats ass.
Yeah.
Okay?
I
We all
bet
know
he's
this.
like, good for you, Fleming. You get
Yeah.
it. You get it. Only YOLO. But so the choking game.
I think YOLO is the opposite of what Christianity stands for.
Yeah. Jesus didn't only live once. So
Right.
yeah. But yeah, so people were playing the choking game, which the older kids were doing it, and it was only the boys who were doing it. And basically you lean against the wall, but you bend over and like put your hands to your knees. Oh no, I'm like teaching people how to do it.
It's so different than what I thought. I thought it's just you try to choke someone out.
No, there's a process. And you like hyperventilate kind of thing. You go like you breathe really fast, and then someone will go, okay, and then you get up and they press your neck to the
Oh my
wall.
God. Don't
And
everyone
then
listening,
you
don't
pass
do this.
out. No, people die from this.
Yeah.
This is really bad. Don't do it. But I felt really cool because I was like the only girl who would do it. And you get kind of addicted to it. It was kind of fun because
Like
you wake
you get
up.
a rush.
Yeah, well, you wake up after passing out. And
Oh,
it's
you
like-
do. Oh, so you passed
You
out.
pass out, and then you wake up, and it's like, whoa, I like went somewhere else. Like I lost consciousness. So it's like different than falling asleep. It was like a different dimension. It kind of felt like, but it's like kind of, I don't know, like getting high without getting high. It's really weird. But the next day, my dad's taking me home, and I go, Dad, you'd like be so proud of me. I had no idea this was a bad thing for kids to do. I thought I was like
How old were
so
you?
cool. I think I was like 13. I should have known better. But so I pretty much told my dad I did the choking game, and he was like, what? Like, what the fuck? And he like marched me back into the church, grabbed the youth group pastor, and then rounded up all the youth group, and everyone was looking at me like, what the fuck, Fleming? And I'm
Yeah.
just like, and so I basically ratted out all of my friends. Everyone got in
because
trouble.
you were trying to impress your dad.
'Cause I was so stupid. Yep.
No.
Ratted everyone out.
They're like, man, we're never going to choke her again.
Yeah.
But
I have some questions. Okay, so you lean over and you hyperventilate, and then does the passing out come from standing up fast, or are they actually
It's
squeezing
a
your neck?
combo of both.
Are
It's
they
combo of
squeezing
all.
your neck though?
Yeah, they press your neck against the wall.
So it
Like
cuts off
push.
your blood supply to your
Yeah.
head for a minute. Or for a little while.
Again, is it, like pushing on the arteries of the neck like that is bad.
It's,
It's
really
not-
bad.
it's not
People
the
died.
best.
My mom made me watch the Oprah special about it afterwards.
Oh.
wow.
Yeah, Oprah did a whole thing about the choking game.
What's weird is I thought the choking game was relatively recent, sort of like the ice bucket challenge, but I guess not.
It's always been here.
So what does
right. It just like in The Shining.
what does the Bible say about snitches?
Gets, I don't know,
Yeah, like-
lashings. I don't know. It's like,
What kind of
The get stitches.
There is- I think
an
that-
old term.
yeah, snitches if you get stitches.
yeah.
Is that a psalm?
I don't know. Clearly, I wasn't like devout.
It is interesting. The Bible does not have a position on snitching,
On narking.
No.
on narking. Yet
No.
our society feels very strongly about it.
Well, I think that there's something like, the don't let your right hand know what the left is doing. So if you're snitching on people, it's almost like you're seeking some kind of validation from ratting someone out sometimes.
Wait, does it
but
say?
I didn't do that.
Does the Bible advise not knowing what your other hand is doing?
Well,
I thought
it's
that's
like
a bad thing.
what
when-
it is like if you're doing something altruistic, like if you're charitable or helping
Room at
people,
the inn.
don't brag about it. Well, oh no, I'm not doing that. I did something really altruistic, and then I ratted on all my friends and played
Yeah.
the choking game.
So did
it's
they
not
hold it
like
But I
against
mean,
you?
in your wait, just real fast though. In your defense,
Yeah.
you weren't trying to get them in trouble.
Mm-mm.
You didn't realize what you were doing.
No.
She knew not what she had done.
Correct.
That's right.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Daniel?
Did they hold it against you? I mean, were you now like?
Oh yeah, people were mad at me for quite a while.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
shunned,
Yeah.
ostracized from the community.
Yeah. Luckily, they forgot about it after a while, but yeah, I was.
And then the finger blasting resumed.
Oh yeah, the guy who was finger blasting me didn't care.
So Matthew 18,
Yes.
15 to 17 says, Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Translation.
Oh, confront your friend instead of going and tattling on your
Yeah.
friend.
That's a fucking good advice.
Deuteronomy 19:15, one witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity or for any sin, in any sin that he sinneth. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or at the mouth of 3 witnesses shall the matter be established.
I don't
Oh,
know.
for
I'm not
God's sake.
following
Just
that.
Wait, I have a
normal.
question.
Yes.
Did you look up things from the Bible about snitching? Because could you find things in the Bible that say the opposite too?
Well, I literally typed in Bible tattling, and there were multiple articles about
Bible human resources. Is what that sounds like to me.
talk to find
That's
HR
good advice,
advisor.
though. Talk to the person that
Yeah.
you have a problem with.
There are multiple articles. What does the Bible say about tattling? What does the Bible say about tattletales? And what does the Bible say about backbiting?
Backbiting.
You mean backstabbing, kind of?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the same.
Oh,
thing.
it's not a kink thing.
I know that was confusing.
Yeah.
I will say I have not read the Bible cover to cover, or even chunks at a time, really.
Mm.
So recently, maybe a year and a half ago, I was like, I'm going to read the Bible,
Mhm.
and I downloaded an array of apps.
Did you start?
Yes, and it was very interesting.
Mhm.
And I
It
thought,
is.
you know what? I look forward to getting back to this, and I put it down for
How
a year.
far did you get?
I
Little
don't
way.
know. Past Genesis.
The
So
creation
you're
of the
in the
universe?
Old Testament
Yeah.
only. So you hadn't made it to the New.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. The New's a little repetitive. It's 4 guys saying the same shit.
Yeah.
It's so weird. But yeah, I read it when I grew up Methodist. So my church, like we had Sunday school, so
Mhm.
you'd read part of this or that. It was kind of out of order.
Mhm.
It was always based on a lesson that you were learning that day. You were never reading it in
Well, it's not
sequential
like
order.
a story. It's not like Lord of the Rings where you
Well, now Catholic school, that is how we did it.
Oh, you
do
went
it
to
in
both.
order.
I went to Catholic school, but I went to Methodist church growing up.
Got it.
But my mom worked at a Catholic school,
Mhm.
and I got in trouble a lot in public school. So I had to go. My mom was like, come on, we get free tuition, and maybe I can keep an eye on you here. Also, it was a good education. Private schools are significantly easier than public school.
Oh, that's
Oh,
interesting.
They do that by design
Yeah.
because they're trying to get rid of public education. I think all I don't know, the charter school situation and whatever, it's like, public schools, you have to teach kids certain
Mhm.
things that I think
Right.
a lot of conservatives don't want
Right.
Yes.
people being taught. So then
Mhm.
it's like, well, if we just underpay teachers and,
Right.
don't put taxes towards helping out public schools, then we can eliminate them eventually
Yeah.
and just teach the kids whatever we want to teach them.
Mhm.
But public school is harder than private school by design so that they
Mhm.
can try to eliminate public schools. That's what I think it is.
Right.
Maybe I'm getting into conspiracy theory territory, but I think
No,
that's
I've heard
true.
you've kind of made the same.
Well, there's a
Not about the easier hardness, but just that there's a movement to do away with public
There's
schools.
a-
Daniel said
Yeah.
that.
I think it's one of the projects of the right to get rid of public schools. I don't think that's a secret.
No, I mean the book banning, all that stuff. It's
There's a
all
lot of
connected.
things that they do to try to undermine public education in
Mhm.
order to get rid of it, and they're doing a pretty good job.
They are. It
Uh,
sucks.
Yeah.
But I struggled in public school because I had a learning disability, and the public schools are so overwhelmed because there's so
Mhm.
many kids, and the teachers aren't paid enough, and they don't have enough time to help kids who are struggling. But private school, my classrooms were smaller, and and everyone loved my mom. All the teachers loved my mom. My mom's
What
hot.
did your mom teach?
She didn't teach. She worked in the alumni offices,
Oh, okay.
so she was in fundraising. She organized a gala or whatever to get money for the school, and I should know more about what she did. I don't remember, but
she
she
was
wasn't
hot.
a teacher. Yeah, she was hot. She's like my algebra teacher, who was really nice. He had wrote his own algebra book and had a dedication thing to my mom in there. I was like, did my mom bang the algebra? No, she did not. But people loved my mom. She's very funny and charming and beautiful. But yeah, and so people would just tell my mom if I was doing something wrong. I couldn't get away with anything in high school. But reading the Bible in Catholic school, you had to take theology at least one semester a year, and we would read it book by book. So, and also there was like sophomore year, it was the history of Catholicism, which was really interesting. And it was interesting reading it and stuff. So it was book by book. And then senior year, it was just all New Testament stuff.
I had an idea for a while that I was hot on to do a podcast where I read the Bible from the beginning, and then we just read a different book each week. And I was going to do it, but then I thought my approach to it would be as someone who isn't religious, not to mock it, but I would have my own reactions, which might come off as mocking, and because some of it's pretty crazy, but that's not the intent. But I just thought,
what?
No, I just didn't want people to feel like I was making fun of their faith or anything. It just felt like I could get into some dicey territory. So I
feel like there's a way to do it. I mean, I
was reading Genesis, and it is wild. And I understand that a lot of Christians, they don't believe it's literal, but a lot do believe it's literal.
Well, that's what Sunday school is, though, is like you read it and then you talk about the interpretation of it.
Yeah.
You go, here's what I think it means. And then you have a leader who kind of goes, well, it really means this.
Yes. And I feel like that's necessary because if you think it's literal, but by the way, that's not every faith. Like a lot of people, you're required to think it's literal. It means you have to believe that the ocean is above our heads, because that's what Genesis says. It says that he split the ocean and that the water is above us and below us, and that
that's
he creates
true.
the firmament
it rains.
Yeah. I mean, so there's a lot of stuff where it's like, from a modern perspective, it's just not, we know that's not true.
Yeah.
So to take a fundamentalist, like literal position seems impossible.
Well, it's also because I think that in the New Testament, everything it's well known that it's parables. Like he's speaking in parables. So it's like, oh, you're being told to interpret it like that. But in the Old Testament, nobody's telling you to do that, even though it's clearly what it is. Like, not the storytelling of all the characters and stuff, but that thing about the ocean above and below.
Well, it makes perfect sense.
It makes sense. It's the fucking rain.
Yeah.
It's the clouds. So that makes sense to me, but then people going, it's a flat earth. Something.
Do you think it was because of rain and clouds, or do you think it was because it looks blue up there?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
I think it's both.
Possibly. I think you're right.
Well, yeah, it's both. Like, I feel like to an old, when was the Old Testament written? Is like 5,000 BC or something.
I don't know.
And you go
I should know that. I don't.
To someone living back then, blue, rain, sure.
Makes sense.
Water.
Makes sense. Listen, guys. This holiday season, I want to give a gift to my loved ones that makes them feel unique and special, just like the relationship we share. That's why I'm giving everyone I care about Storyworth. Whenever I talk about Storyworth on this show, people let me know that they went out and they got Storyworth for their loved one, and it was a hit. This is a gift that is a hit, you guys, and I'm going to tell you about it, and it might get sad for a moment. Here I go. So Storyworth is an online service that helps you and your loved ones preserve precious memories and stories for years to come. It is a thoughtful and meaningful gift that connects you to those who matter most. Each week, Storyworth emails your relative or friend a thought-provoking question of your choice from their vast pool of possible options. And, things like, what's the bravest thing you've ever done in your life? Or if you could see into the future, what would you want to find out? I gave it to my dad. And I thought that I had heard every story of his ever, because my dad liked to recount stories and things like that, oftentimes the same ones over and over. So I didn't know necessarily that I would find out new stuff about him, but I learned about his his experience learning to drive, various odd jobs he had and stuff. And so after 1 year, Storyworth compiles all loved ones' stories, including photos, into a beautiful keepsake book that you'll be able to share and revisit for generations to come. And I'm realizing this is the first time I've talked about Storyworth since my dad died over the summer. And I can't wait to go revisit those stories.
Yep.
I kind of like hadn't connected the dots on this one. I'm so glad that I
wish
gave
I
it
had
to him.
done this with my grandfather
Yeah.
because I didn't realize till after he passed that like all of his stories are gone. Like if you don't get them, they're gone. So get them.
Or give it to yourself, and then you can do it.
Yeah, you could.
You know, I mean, I don't mean you do your grandfather's stories. I just mean like we want to
Yeah.
collect
I
Dan.
mean,
I'll
you
make it
have
my
this
grandpa's.
podcast though, so it's kind of
Yeah.
like
Yeah, this is Storyworth.
your kids could just listen to this.
Yeah, but I don't
Too
want them
many
to. With Storyworth, I am giving those I love most a thoughtful personal gift from the heart and preserving their memories and stories for years to come. Go to storyworth.com/bestfriend and save $10 on your first purchase. That's storyworth.com. So STORYWORTH.com/bestfriend to save $10 on your first purchase. Okay, let's say hello.
Wait, I want to know why you don't want your kids to listen to the podcast.
Oh, I mean, I don't want them to learn about the choking game.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I don't want them to hear various things we talk about. I think there's things that we've said about them
They
that
are
I don't want.
not going to sit there at any point in their lives and just listen from the beginning and listen through
They
every episode.
could.
Maybe.
I
I found
will.
my
I'm gonna
mom's
teach you
diary
about
and read it.
riboflavin. You did?
My butt is getting
How did
so
that go?
raw, and I don't feel like things are being taken care of.
I'm no longer going to be Lean Cuisine's bitch.
That they
You know
can
what?
know
Fuck
that.
it. I should be able to say whatever I want, and if I hurt someone's feelings, fuck them. I'm going to teach you about riboflavin. You look like you've been chowing box, man. He'll just ram some apples up my butt, and I don't want them. I feel they're immoral fucknuts. And I was surprised at how capable I was of doing that, actually. Podcast boner.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
play
stuff
They'll be
in
fine.
that.
That stuff.
They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just play them, Matt.
All right, you read your
read
mom's,
your mom's diary?
Well, my sister and I, she's got a few, but we found a couple of them, and one of them is around the year that my sister, she found out she's pregnant with my sister. But it was like I was in preschool, and there's a lock of my hair in there too.
Aw.
And it's like I was a cotton top, so I had like white blonde hair. And there was a page where she went, "Why did God curse me with this child? No one wants to play with her.
Oh my
Why
God.
won't anyone
Oh my
play
God.
with her?"
Oh my gosh.
And my sister just died laughing immediately. Like, what the fuck?
Wait,
But,
why
yeah.
did no one want to play with you?
Listen, I think that, and I've talked about ADHD a lot, and I don't want, because I know people on the internet are just like, ugh, everyone has it or whatever. But my experience was I annoyed everybody a lot because I just couldn't shut up. And I cried a lot over nothing. I'd have a lot of emotional outbursts and then talk too much. And I think that, I don't know, I just remember feeling like when I was a kid, when people would be looking at me like
She's
that
a lot.
face of, oh my God, she's a lot. Yeah, I was a lot. I think that's what it was. I was just kind of a lot. So I was kind of a loner.
No.
But I liked playing alone. I like to just
How did
draw
you
and write stuff. I didn't care. Well, I cared. It kind of sucked. But
Right.
like,
How-
eventually I grew out of it.
How did you feel seeing that in your mom's diary?
Validated. Because that's how I felt. Because when like celebrities are just like, I was a weird kid. It's like,
Right. Like, okay, Jennifer Lawrence.
yeah, and it's like
Sure
Keira
you're-
Knightley being like, no one wanted to play with me. I was so thin and strange and beautiful. You're just like, yeah, like Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, that like, ugh, I was so dorky. It's like, no, bitch, you were not.
Right. You were prom queen.
You were hot. You were in an
Meryl
Abercrombie and Fitch campaign when you were like 13.
Was
Fuck
she
off.
really?
Yeah, but she talks about that and she says she was cut out because she took football too seriously.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm like, oh my God, I'm just fucking. I believe her, but like, it's,
That's like the Hadid sisters be like, we were so dorky. It's like you were also a billionaire.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt validated because it was like, yes, this is how I remember feeling as a kid, and I feel like nobody will say it to me, but I remember it. There's videotape of me as a kid, and you're like, fucking shut up. Like, it's crazy. And it's a lot of videotape of my dad being like, your sister's doing something. Get out of the way.
Oh. But look, now
I know.
you've taken all of those parts of
Neediness and attention
That's
seeking.
right. That's what the internet
or whatever you want to call it, and
yeah.
turned it into
That's what
a
YouTube
career.
was created for.
Yeah,
People like
That's
you.
Yeah, so I'm grateful for all that, and it's just I don't know. So it's like if all that hadn't happened, then who knows what I would have done. But yeah, it was funny. I thought it was funny, and I feel bad for my mom.
But did you find out anything secrets about your mom?
Well, we knew that Bryn was a surprise.
Oh, okay. So that was...
We knew that already,
Mhm.
but it was just her being like, I don't have my period, but that's weird. Just kind of going through the thought process of figuring it out. But yeah, it's.
So your mother was an adult keeping a journal. A
Oh
diary.
yeah, I have a journal too. I have a diary that dates back to 2004.
So you have like volumes?
No, I have this huge journal that I bought that's like the size of a Bible.
Yeah.
And I don't write in it very much.
Okay.
I need to write about like in it more, and I need to write about things that are not complaining and men.
Yeah, but what's the point of that?
I don't know.
What
Just
else
something
is
where
there?
well, it's just like
Complaining and
I'm having so much fun. Like
wrong with that?
I did this thing at my job I'm proud of, or like you know, that stuff. I should do a little more positive stuff about like
Right.
fun things instead of just like I want to die. He won't text me back. You know, shit like that.
I mean, I guess
Boring.
the question is like, is the diary for when your kids find it one day, or is it, or someone finds it, or is it for you to just process your feelings and things
I
like
think
that?
currently it's for me to go back and look at
Mm-hmm.
who I was then, and also how much of a better writer I've become.
Mm-hmm.
Because, oh my God, reading the shit that I wrote when I was 18.
Oh yeah,
Painful.
yeah.
Painful.
I
Like,
feel like diaries and journals should be like a money laundering operation where you have two sets of books. You do the one that's kind of
Yes.
journaling and getting it out of your system, and then the other one's the like propaganda for someone to
Yes.
accidentally find what you did.
Right.
And they'll be
It's
like,
like your
oh, this
Instagram
guy's
account.
so deep and thinks, oh, man, he's so positive.
That's-
This is really amazing.
that's
Yeah.
like Laura Palmer in Twin Peaks. She had the
Did
two
she-
diaries.
she did? I
She
didn't
had
know
the,
that.
the-
also, David
yeah.
Lynch's daughter wrote the diary
Yes.
of Laura Palmer.
I have it.
You do? Can I borrow it?
I would
I
loan
have
it to you if
the-
I could know that I get it back.
Okay, I have the Lost
So honest.
Dossiers, if you want
I
that.
is that the recent
huge
ones?
book that Mark Frost wrote.
I think I have that too. But
Okay.
I would loan it to you, but we have to figure out a way to get it back because it's a original.
If you want to get a notary in here, I will sign
but
whatever
absolutely.
you need.
Well, listen, we have it's on this podcast. She's committed.
Well, here's the
what's
only
so
reason I say
special
that is
about
because
this
I've
book?
I've
I'm
always
not having a great track record here. I came an hour late.
but you came.
I came, yes.
I always forget to retrieve things when I loan them out because I'm like, yeah, and then I later will be like, what the hell happened to my whatever?
Maybe I'll
And-
just buy it.
But it's brilliant.
It is.
It's so fun to read.
It's so
'cause
weird that-
I mean, it's a novelty item. But
What's your? So you're into Twin Peaks?
I love
Oh
it.
my
Are you
God,
into
is he?
Twin Peaks?
Are
Are you?
I tried.
I am not.
Okay, can I tell you? I tried to get
should
her to
be.
watch Twin
Okay.
Peaks.
I'm obsessed with
Okay,
it.
then this
I
is my
feel like I
favorite
should
show of
leave
all
the
time.
I
I did a podcast where me and my friend Chris basically recapped all of the return episodes.
Word.
Yeah, but I tried to get her to watch it because it's like
Me.
something I'm really into. and
Yeah,
I
the
was like,
return is like if you've never like been a fan of David Lynch or anything, you are not going to like the
No,
You
return.
tried
but
to
we
get me to
started
watch
from
the
the beginning.
original.
Oh,
From
the
original.
OG?
Yeah.
And she's like 2 episodes in, and she Googles.
No, that's not
She's
true.
Googling like who killed Laura Palmer,
That's not
and
true.
fucking. It's like the fun is not fucking knowing.
But you also don't know who he is in the first like couple
Yeah.
episodes. It's
I-
like who even is that
Right.
person?
I was actually just thinking about this the other night. I was thinking that I really enjoyed that, and I should get back to
We
that.
should
And
watch
I
it
have
again.
like a
Watch
pretty
it.
strong memory of where I was, even though it was when we first started dating that I was watching it,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
I have the complete set.
Yeah.
Do you have
when I
Fire
was
Walk
at-
with Me?
Yeah.
That's my
I-
favorite. Twin
Firewalk
Peaks.
with Me when it came
that
out,
a
everyone
movie?
dogged it. But
So good.
I liked it, and it has only gotten better in my mind since then. But
the missing
when I was
pieces too is really good.
Oh, was that a documentary?
It's all of the clips from Fire Walk With
Yes.
Me that were cut. And all of those clips actually
Make the
inform
whole-
the return and everything so much more than anything else.
When I was at Artisan, they had the rights to Twin Peaks through the Republic catalog, but they didn't have the pilot episode. For some reason, that was like a different rights thing. I convinced them, because there was no DVD release of Twin Peaks, I convinced them to put it out on DVD and then help them design it. And it was the one with the slipcover with Laura. So it's like her prom picture, and then
The
you pull it
broken
off, and
one?
it's like the her in the plastic, and then
Cool.
yeah, and then I got to write the liner notes.
Whatever happened to the actress who played Laura Palmer?
She's still around.
She's still around.
But does she act?
She's
She was in The Return.
She's in The Return.
She was great in The Return,
What's
too.
her name?
Cheryl Lee.
Cheryl Lee.
Cheryl Lee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
She's good.
we should talk Twin Peaks.
Oh, man.
You have been.
Well, if you
I
wanna-
know, but not really.
No, listen, if you want to
Well,
get a
there's another
crew
level.
together one
Oh my
day and
goodness.
talk Twin Peaks, I am happy to come back and do that because I absolutely love it. There's a 4-hour YouTube video where
I
this
won't watch
guy
it.
breaks it
I won't
down.
watch it.
No, it's brilliant.
I don't want.
Why?
I don't want someone else's interpretation of it. Like that. The video you're talking about. He's like, I'm going to tell you what it's all about, and it's like, you know what?
But I don't agree with everything that he
I know,
said.
but I don't wanna
But
hear
it
it.
was nice to watch someone put pieces together that I hadn't thought about because I can't remember everything and I'm not taking notes. Like, you know.
I'm not saying that people shouldn't watch it, but for me, I have my own relationship with it and my own interpretation of things, and
Yeah.
I'll talk to friends about it. I'm
Which
curious
that's
about.
what David Lynch wanted.
Yeah,
he
but
wants
I don't.
you to have your own interpretation.
I don't need some smart ass on fucking YouTube telling me what his dumbass opinion
Well,
is.
his whole thing was just that David Lynch just thinks TV sucks. That's the whole message, is that TV is just...
There is a huge there's a huge aspect to Twin Peaks early where it's a parody of soap operas, and it's
Well,
like very explicitly that.
That's when that second season came, and it was just Mark Frost,
Right.
and it felt like it was The Bold and the Beautiful and shit.
Right.
It was so
I'm trying to remember
weird.
if I made it to the second season.
Second season's a bit of a slog.
It is. It's fun and it's campy, but it's not like you're not on the edge of your seat going, "What else to
How
this
many
world that you
seasons are there?
to?"
Well, there's
Oh,
there's
just
2
two.
seasons, a movie, and then
The
the
Return.
more recent.
Right, but I mean of the original.
What
like, I
happened was
remember them in like a casino
was-
or something.
Yeah,
it
that was The
originally
Return.
it was originally an 8-episode sort of limited series that aired in in the spring on ABC. And it was when ABC was in the bottom of the ratings, and they were just like throwing shit against the wall, and they were willing to take.
wild that they gave him.
Yeah,
the
it was
show.
insane that they did it, and it was like a phenomenon. And so
Yeah.
then they were like, they ordered 22 episodes, but they also at the same time wanted them to solve the mystery early,
I wonder.
and then they didn't know where to go for a while until.
Well,
they
there should
kinda
have been
picked it up.
another mystery. Like there should have been
Yeah.
another thing to the
Yeah.
world, because the book, the dossiers, the lost dossiers or whatever that Mark Frost wrote, such a fun book. There's all this stuff about the history of the town and
Yeah.
other kind of lore stuff that it's like, oh, you could have just had another thing.
I
that
think it took them the pressure of having to do 22 episodes, and then they didn't quite figure that out. But
Yeah.
halfway through the second season, when Wyndham Earle starts to come back into it, then it starts to get really good
It
again.
does.
I remember being very taken in by the marketing of it. Like that's what
Yeah.
I remember. I was young.
Mhm.
And I'm wondering, when you say that it was like this runaway hit, that's not exactly how you put it, but did it get a big press push and that's why, or like people watched it and they were super into
I
it?
don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah?
It did. It did. I mean, it was all over TV Guide and everything.
Yeah, I
this
remember
was like
that.
1991.
Well, it was also kind of like, I think that there is this kind of weird formula that Riverdale and 902, like all these people caught up on, where it's just like, it's a slew of hot people in,
Yeah.
and I don't know, it's just
The
and
ensemble,
cool
yeah.
clothes,
Mhm.
small, like cool town, like they're like the most popular whatever's
It-
in that town
Yeah.
kind of thing. It always works.
It was-
seems like it always works.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was unlike anything that had been on TV before. It was especially I forget which episode where it's the first like dream episode, and it's like at first it was like, oh, who killed Laura Palmer, and then there's this quirky stuff, and at that time it was blowing people's minds because it was just like so unlike anything.
It was, and it also had this Nancy Drew element because you had Agent Cooper, or who was a professional FBI, looking for everything. But then you had, what was Laura Palmer's best friend, Laura Flynn Boyle's character. I forget her character's name. I don't know why, but
Donna.
Donna's on her own, detective
Right.
run, and it's fun to watch the two things kind of
Converge.
closing in on each other, and then the weird stuff happening with Laura's mom and dad, just the deterioration of that. And so that's like the drama that makes you keep caring about Laura, is like watching the family kind of implode. But Donna, for me, that storyline was so fun. I'm so sad that Laura Flynn Boyle didn't come back. Even
Did
though
she choose not to come back?
I think
she
so.
didn't come back. I don't know if she was even asked. I know she's kind of a
Well, she
hermit.
didn't do the movie.
She
So
didn't
they had
do
to
the
recast
movie.
her for the movie.
Yeah, which is weird to me because it would have been like all her. Like it would have been a big deal.
Should have been a huge role. In
All
the
right,
movie.
I will return to it.
Okay.
I'll return
To the return.
You know what? What I have been watching for the very first time, which is going to be surprising because everyone else watched it a long time ago.
What?
Harry Potter.
Oh, nice. I haven't watched the Hunger Games. I'm about to do that.
I haven't watched Hunger Games either.
Oh my God, we should watch.
We should watch it and then talk about it on a podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
What made me? Oh, because there was Harry
Are-
Potter night at Elliot's school.
Oh.
And so I walking around, I was like, I don't actually know the story behind any of this.
You haven't watched the movies at all?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah. So we're watching the first one. but we
Allison,
watched
actually,
it-
you had an insight that helped me appreciate the Harry Potter movies so much more.
I don't know if I'd call that an insight. It was more an observation.
An observation. Maybe it's because we're watching it on TV, but
I said, this feels like a Disney Channel family movie. It looks so bad.
it looks dated.
It looks like,
Well, Hold on.
it's very
I want to
entertaining.
defend this position, though.
I am so upset.
It looks like a TV movie.
No, it doesn't.
It really-
It does.
No.
Emily, watch it on your TV.
Watch them playing
It looks
Quidditch.
it looks like one of those old Kurt Russell, like
No.
Disney movies when he was a kid,
No.
like the kid who's too smart, and he's like,
Absolutely not. My family, last Christmas, we watched all of them.
No, but here's the thing.
I'm totally-
It might
we
just be
kept
that-
saying about the first one, we were like, look how great it still looks. That was us. We thought it looked
Do
amazing.
we not? Do we not have motion smoothing turned off or something?
We do. We have
Okay.
it.
Can I have one of these waters?
yes,
I'm
absolutely.
having
So,
a hard time right
Maybe
now.
it's just the first movie, though. It'll be interesting
Do you
to
need
see how it
smelling
goes.
salts?
I just take a whiff of my armpit and I'll wick
But-
right up.
But Emily, thinking of it in those terms, what it did is it made me stop wanting it to be deeper or more, and it helped me just appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, this is silly fun. It's not Lord of the Rings, it doesn't have like deep meanings. It's Harry Potter. It's
I
fun.
don't know if people agree with you.
Well, I
Jeff,
think,
have you seen them?
I have not.
Okay.
well, it's the deeper you go, the more dark.
That's
The
what Daniel was
movies
saying.
Well, I said-
yeah.
It does get darker. I've seen the movies.
By the end, it's practically a snuff film.
I'm kind of want.
right?
Yeah.
Well, Daniel Radcliffe gets naked in the last movie.
No,
Is that
no,
true?
that's
He's riding a
Equus.
horse.
Oh, yeah. I knew there was, I was Googling Daniel Radcliffe. You know he's only 5'5". I
I believe that.
was Googling Daniel Radcliffe, and I had this feeling like on the periphery of my memory, there's something sort of scandalous involving Equus, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, that
It's
was
he
like-
gets naked.
Have
That's
you-
not that
have you seen-
Breaking away from
Yeah.
his role or whatever.
Have you seen Swiss Army Man?
Yes.
What is that?
Oh, it's so fun. It's at A24. That's an A24.
I think
feel
probably.
like-
He plays a corpse, and a guy on an island has to basically use him in
You
different ways
can't
too.
explain it. It's
Oh.
just not something you can. It's Paul Dano, and it's so good. He's like undead or something, but he's like a Swiss Army knife kind of thing. You can use him for all this stuff. It's so
Such
funny.
a
You
bizarre
gotta watch
idea
it.
for me.
But
I
like-
wouldn't show your kids.
Like,
but-
I want to kill that fly. I don't want to get my hand dirty. I'm going to use this guy's hand. Whap.
No, it's like he'll fart, and then the farting corpse helps propel like a
Yeah.
boat.
it can be
A comedy?
You can write him like it's a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a comedy. It's like a weird artsy comedy.
You know who I think is so cute? I don't mean cute like hot, I mean cute, like what a cute little kid, is the one who plays Ron Weasley.
Yeah, he's cute.
Rupert Grint, I think it's his name.
Rupert?
Yeah, I think that you're right. Rupert Grint. I think that's
Something
his
like
name.
that, yeah.
He was cute.
I don't know.
Why don't you
What?
marry him then?
No,
You
I'm
think he's
saying-
so cute.
I'm saying
Jesus.
he's cute, like the mom in me. is
Okay,
like, that's a
all right,
cute
I get
kid.
it. Jesus.
Well,
Jesus.
also,
Christ.
can we talk about
Mhm.
Professor Snape and how he can
Oh, Alan
spit
Rickman?
in my mouth if he wants?
He's incredible.
Oh my God, Alan Rickman's so hot.
He passed away
Wow.
this year, though.
He
didn't
did, but he could still spit in my mouth if he
Yeah.
wants to. He's so hot.
Did he like women?
I think so. I think he was married. Maybe. I don't know. Does he have a son? Look it up.
Alan Rickman.
Is he married?
What's your favorite Rickman of all the Rickmans?
Oh, Snape.
Okay, so more than like Love Actually.
Well, there's also him from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
I haven't seen that.
And he is a bad man.
Are bad men what you
He's
tend
the
to like?
sheriff of... No, I think that there is the kind of like, you know, girls like vampires
Right.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But he's a man. There's a
Right.
difference.
Wait, speaking of men, I have a question because when you were
Mhm.
on my show, and everyone should go listen to the Monday, the one-on-one episode, and go watch youtube.com/AllisonRose and watch the video.
Yeah.
You talked about how just dismal it is on the apps.
Oh, I'm not doing the apps anymore.
Okay, how's the dating?
Oh, yeah. How's single life out there these days?
Well,
in LA?
I got in trouble for that episode.
Oh no, by who? By the throuple?
Yeah, like, but so I didn't know that they were going to listen to it. I didn't use anybody's names.
Yeah.
And everything's fine now. We've talked about it, but yeah, I kind of got in trouble. But then,
So wait, that situation was you were dating a guy who had a girlfriend, right?
yeah, he's in. They're kind of poly or open
Right.
or whatever.
Mhm. And he and she listened, or just he?
She listened.
Oh, yeah, that makes
and
sense.
then I think he listened.
That makes me think
and
they're not as
I
she's not as
kind
cool
of-
with their poly lifestyle.
She is now,
Mm.
because we've all met, and so I'm kind of still involved with it.
Okay,
Yeah, and I like it. I just get to,
have fun.
yeah, and then I go home to my apartment by myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have to do any of the emotional stuff.
She
Before
does.
I was, yeah. So before I was like mad because I want someone to fall in love with me and all this stuff, and now I'm like, I'm kind of over the stress of it, and we're good friends, he and I, and it's like we kind of know what it is.
Well, that
And
sounds-
there's rules to it and everything.
Oh, what are the rules? Are you allowed
Well,
to say?
you just have to be honest about
Mhm.
like your, activities outside of it,
Mm-hmm.
and so that everybody is safe and all that stuff.
Hmm.
And
That
is
makes
she dating people also?
I don't know. I mean, I assume so. So but she and I just like, we met and we talked and stuff. She's really cool, but it's not like I'm in it with her.
Right.
I'm the side bitch,
Mm-hmm.
and I prefer it. It's kind
Now,
of fun.
how? So, at the beginning, though, because my what I was going to say is, how do you prevent yourself from getting more feelings than would be appropriate to the situation?
I think that just the fact that I know what everything is now,
Yeah.
and it's all like discuss, and I can keep discussing it.
Mhm.
It's not like I don't talk about it ever again. It's like I can say, hey, I'm kind of feeling this way or whatever. But
Right.
most of it is like we have a pretty deep like admiration and respect for each
Mhm.
other. And I think that, I think the feelings are
Right.
deep, but
Yeah.
they're not like, we're not in love and
Mhm.
like all that stuff.
Right.
It's just like, I don't know. I like it. I like what it is because it's like, I don't expect more than what it is.
And now, sorry, I'm asking the most like
that's okay.
these are the most normie questions.
Mm-hmm.
What's to stop him from going, I prefer the company of Emily?
He doesn't. Like they are pretty rock solid in their stuff. I think that that's a commitment that is
Like, you're not a threat.
uh-uh.
So the key is for the. I just need to make sure
To
I get this right.
establish.
The key
key
is for the
is
guy to find someone who's not a direct threat, right?
Well, also just somebody who.
And how does he find
somebody? Well, I approached him. Is the thing. I saw him at a bar
Ooh.
and approached him. But I think it's just an understanding that I respect her and I respect what they have, and I'm not trying to take anybody away.
Yeah.
Because even if he did prefer me, it would still have to be an open thing, because that's what he prefers. So then I would be in this thing, and there'd
Right.
always be another girl.
So no matter what, he wants an open relationship.
Yeah.
Like that's his.
That's the way it is. So it's like, even if she wasn't around, there'd still be somebody else.
right.
So I'd rather just be whatever I am now.
Mhm. And are you also dating? Are you also wanting to date other people?
I am, yes. But it's like, and it is kind of weird, because if you go on a date, you have to tell them about it, kind of be like, this is my deal.
Yeah.
And so, you have to be like, when were you tested and all that stuff.
Right. Wow.
So it's like very open. But then it's also cool because I'm not expecting anything from the person on the side except for just what it is in the moment. Whereas when I dated people in the past, I was always like, I want to be married. I want all this stuff. And now I'm like, I'm just seeing how it goes instead of putting all this pressure on myself.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck if they don't text me back, because I got somebody I hang out with like once or twice a week.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it takes the urgency off of it.
It does.
Pressure, yeah.
Which I think that it would be better if I could, handle my emotions like an adult and just not let it escalate to the point where I'm feeling bad all the time anyway. But instead, I've just got a series of Band-Aids on a dam that I'm just continuing to put on the cracks. But no,
what could go wrong?
I mean, what could go wrong is we don't want to hang out anymore.
Yeah.
Which is going to eventually happen. So it's just knowing that one day that will happen and just kind of going, well, I know exactly what it is. So
Well, it sounds like everyone's eyes are very open.
yeah, I like it now that I kind of know about it and there's like boundaries in place and all that, instead of just the dating somebody and waiting for, do they like me?
Yeah.
How do they feel about me? I know exactly how this person
Yeah.
feels about me.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah.
Because
It's-
that is the worst.
Yeah, but if if I meet somebody else that I want to just be with them, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, so
Well, sounds fun.
it's interesting. But you're right. The whole like the feelings thing is kind of weird because I'm used to just it falls into one direction eventually.
Right.
But I'm trying not to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you get in trouble for
Well,
on the episode?
I do regret saying this too. I feel like it was kind of, even though it's like I didn't say anyone's name, so, but it's not a very kind thing to say, I guess. When I was just like, I think I said that their relationship was a sham.
Yeah, that's a
Forgot
little
you had
bit.
said that.
Yeah, it was mean. I think it was, wow, I know. I think it was just me coming from that place of just being pissed.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to, I don't know, break some teeth or something with
Yeah.
my words. And it wasn't great to say because it's a different form of a relationship that I'm not familiar with. So, but I'm becoming more familiar with it now. But yeah, I don't know. I used to, before when I talked to you, I was like, fuck this bullshit, you know, and now I'm like,
Yeah.
But I don't think if I was in the primary role, I would be, I don't know if I could
Mm-hmm.
do
I think
that.
it'd be hard.
I think being in my position is much easier,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
which I didn't think that before.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like,
interesting.
I'm a prostitute who's not making any money.
As long
like,
Forgot you
that's
said
how
that.
I felt. And now I'm like, hey, but so is he.
Yeah.
For you, I would just say, as long as if what you want is a relationship and a family, if that's something you wanted, that this thing doesn't keep you from like become too comfortable that you don't do what you need to do to get what you want out
Right.
of life. That would
Yeah.
be the only risk I would think for you.
Yeah. But I mean, it also has made me think like, well, I don't know. Do I want all those things kind of, because this is working for me pretty well, but I don't know. I have more time to do other stuff I want to do and more time for friendships. And I'm not constantly thinking about a dude and all that. And I think I've realized I don't know if I want to live with a guy ever again. And if I did, I'd want separate rims. I just love having my own space at this point. I also snore. I don't think anyone's gonna
Well,
want to be in the same room with me.
Daniel snores.
How bad? Do an
It's
impression.
not bad. I don't snore that bad.
Yes, you do.
It's hardly.
What does he sound like, Alice?
It's
Like-
hardly. See, not that bad.
That is my dad. My dad is way louder though. It like shakes the house. And I can hear it when I'm in my room.
Yeah.
Like, when I visit home, I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. And my mom just doesn't care.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty good about sound too. I can just fall asleep. It doesn't bother me.
I'm a light sleeper, but I use earplugs, so
That's smart.
it's. And then Wendy sleeps in our bed and she snores as well.
Aw.
So there's like
That's
it's
so cute.
It is cute. It's loud, but it's cute. I would like to say hello and welcome to our new patrons.
Allison wants to say thank you to a couple of special people out there who signed up to be new patrons. Patreon.com/Allison Rosen.
Patreon. Patreon. Hello and welcome to Teresa Palumbo. Hello and welcome to Sarah Malloy. And hello and welcome to Elizabeth Coates. I hope you are enjoying all the Patreon stuff. Patreon.com/Allison Rosen. I think we should close out with new segment alert,
Ooh.
which I sent an email. I don't know if you got it. Daniel,
I got it, but I didn't read it.
Okay, I love the honesty.
Yeah, I definitely need that Laura Palmer book. I won't lose it.
I gotta find it. So maybe next time you come here, I'll
Okay,
have it for you.
cool.
Daniel will have moved by then. He
He'll be
lives
like,
in Mexico now.
Can't have it.
Wait,
I didn't read the email either, so why don't you tell
Oh,
us all what
sweet.
this new
Okay.
segment is?
question though. Daniel claims he received the email at midnight. Do you know if you got it more in the 5 o'clock zone that I sent it?
Let me check. Let me check.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the segment, hon?
It's Podcast Pals product picks.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So it's not new to me.
It's new to Emily.
It's new to Emily.
Oh no, I can't find it.
It's fine.
There it is. Excited to see you. Oh, thanks. I'm excited to see you too. Oh yeah. Oh wait, this is okay, yeah, I don't know what it is though. I can't read and talk at the same time.
That's fine.
Yes, I
it's
can,
not,
but
it's
I
not
don't want
important. Anyway, okay, so Podcast Pals product picks. This is like a product that you have been using lately or that you discovered that you want to turn people on to, that you enjoy. And while you think about that, I will share mine. I'm trying to figure out what mine is.
Podcast Pals Peanut Picks. Podcast Pals Peanut Picks.
Almost a jingle.
Thank you, Robin Shore. I have been using Bioderma micellar water. Micellar water is like a makeup remover thing. I was late to the micellar water trend. However, I am on it now, and I was using that to take off my face makeup and then a separate eye makeup remover. And I've recently started using this specifically Bioderma micellar water to remove my eye makeup, and it works better than my eye makeup remover. And before, I was like, I'm not going to spend the money on this one. I'm going to use the Garnier one because it doesn't matter. They're all the same. They're not all the same. The specifically Bioderma one works way better. And it's in my Amazon shop, amazon.com/shop/Allison Rosen.
There you go.
That's my Podcast Pals.
Way to
peanut pick.
go, honey.
Yeah, what's yours,
That's
Daniel?
really
Do you have
great.
anything?
Oh, I'm supposed to have one?
Yeah.
I have my list. Go to.
Oh, yeah. Tell them about your list.
I made a whole damn list, and it's Dopra's favorite things. And it's some of my favorite things. And
yeah,
you can
of
go,
2023. But you
It's
had
got
to.
my
you
favorite
took two
pillow.
things out. Yep.
which
Yep.
is a very, very exciting reveal. There's all sorts of buzz online about it. But I also have other stuff, you know, like stuff for the kitchen,
Stuff for your face.
comics. I'll tell you what. Listen, I'll give you one right now that I haven't talked about.
Okay.
For anybody who is themselves Gen X or has a Gen X person they're looking to shop for, one of my absolute favorite all-time comics. There is a beautiful 2-volume hardback collection. It is called Hate, and probably no piece of media captures the experience, the Gen X experience of that early 90s through mid 90s better than this.
Oh, I need to
It is hilarious. It is legitimately very, very funny. The characters are great. It's light, and highly recommend. So it's called Hate. You can get it through my link. That is, Allison, take it away. What is the link?
Well, I can't direct them directly to your link.
Well,
but
you
go
can
to my,
find
you can
it.
find it in my store or go to my link tree.
Go to the link tree, Dopra's favorite things.
I think I just called it Daniel's favorite things because I'm not on board
for
with
God's
this Dopra
sake.
thing. Emily, do you have one?
I'm going to call my mom real quick because I can't remember the name of it.
Oh my God, I love that you're doing this.
Yeah. Let's see if she might not answer.
Are you putting her on air?
Yeah.
Great.
She'll be okay with it. Hey, Mom, you're on a podcast with me. Is that okay?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, say hi, Alice.
Hello,
Say
Emily's
hey, everybody,
mom.
Daniel.
Hello.
And, hey, so they want me to mention a product or something that I'm a fan of, and you gave me that shapewear tank top.
Yeah,
What's the name of it?
Shaper Mint.
Okay. Yeah, Shaper Mint. My mom gave me a Shaper Mint tank top. It's really good.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Mom.
Well, all right. Yeah, good talking.
Thank you.
Okay. Love you.
Bye.
Love you too, hon.
Bye.
She's so cute.
I know.
What's so good about this tank top?
Well, she it goes like really low is the thing, and I was like, she gave it to me, and I was like, it's gonna roll up. Like I know it's gonna roll up.
Yeah.
And it does it. Like I put it on, and it goes like below your hips, kind of like not it doesn't cover your whole ass, but it's like in the middle. And it doesn't roll up at all.
Huh.
So you can put jeans over it and stuff.
sounds
and
great.
It doesn't buckle at the crotch so you could pee. Like you don't like
Right.
That's the
those
problem
suck
I
because then
have.
you gotta like
Yeah.
do that and then shimmy it off. But she gave me one. I don't know how expensive they are, but dang, it was really good.
Jeff, what kind of shapewear do you use?
Duct tape and gaffer's tape. So it's sort of a DIY thing.
Right.
Use that with some of those bandages you put around your knee when you hurt your knee.
Oh, like an ace
Ooh.
Take a bunch
bandage?
of ace bandage.
It
So you
looks
do-
natural.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Really good.
do the duct tape the gaff tape as the baseline,
Mm-hmm.
and then duct tape on top of that for waterproofness,
Mm-hmm.
and then the ace bandage goes around to give it some suppleness, and it has that fleshy color.
Suppleness.
That yeah,
You do
don't-
look
people
so
touch
supple.
that and they know.
Oh,
but
wow.
yeah, with
They
the
know
ace
what?
bandage.
That you're
They-
supple?
No. If they touch it and you don't have that, they know
Oh,
that you're
yeah.
faking it with the tape. So that's why you
Right.
put the
They're
ace
like,
bandage
why
on.
does it feel so slick? But the
Right.
ace bandage gives it that skin-like supility.
Supility and color
Nice.
too. Yeah.
I wish I have compression socks too.
Oh, I do too.
Comrade compression socks are really good.
Oh, my
Unless you
God.
have a brand that you guys work with.
No, I
Oh
don't.
yeah. Do we have a compression sock slot filled?
Listen,
from...
I
I don't have
am
No.
a huge
compression
fan.
sock sponsor.
I'm wearing knee socks today because I went to the gym and I like to wear knee socks sometimes because I also have these aren't compression, but most of my knee socks are compression.
They're comfy. Some of them
They're
are.
comfy, but also like my ankles and stuff. It's like they don't feel like they're gonna stick together. Like I need
It's
something
gonna
to be
You need
like.
fall apart?
I need a
tape,
neck skin,
duct
another
tape, and
another
Yeah,
level of skin to
yeah.
really hold
Yeah.
everything together. But Comrade compression socks. Are
Conrad or like comrade,
with
like-
an M. Yeah, Comrade. Those are good. They're not cheap, but they're really cute.
I'm going to check them out because I wore compression socks all throughout my pregnancy. That was like both pregnancies, actually. That was like my secret weapon.
How hard was it to get them on?
It got difficult. Well, they got kind of stretched out. Like, I don't know how much compressing they were doing by the end.
The compression socks were wheezing. It was very. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was no, it was
Fibers were screaming.
difficult
Yeah.
to do all the maneuvering. But
Yeah.
and then anytime I fly, I wear them as well. So yeah, I'm a fan. Jeff, do you happen to have anything? And if not, then ace bandages are enough.
I do.
Great.
Ace bandages. Go with the brand name. Don't waste money on generic. The items that I have, it's two items that are similar. It's the brand name is Topeak, Topeak. They make bicycle accessories largely, but they have two items. If you look for them, it's called the MTX rear bicycle basket. One is kind of just like a shopping basket, a wire basket with a handle, But the cool thing is it snaps on and off a rear
that's
mount on
neat.
almost any bike. So if you're not, you can pop it off and then you take it shopping, pop it back on, and then you can also leave it off when you're not using the bike. The other one they have is really badass, and it is a trolley tote folding rear bike basket. So it's kind of like a milk crate, but it
Ooh.
folds up, and also there's an extending handle and then wheels on it, so you can
Awesome.
actually use it. As
Does
a
it
thing.
Oh,
come,
wow.
Does it come with a little bell that goes pring pring?
That comes separately, but I'm
Oh.
sure they sell one.
Okay.
Wow, that sounds really
That
cool.
does.
Yeah, they're really
Yeah.
cool.
Guys, this has been too much fun.
Yay.
Emily, thank you for coming.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for-
waiting on me.
You are
Heroic
so
effort.
welcome. Yeah, Jeff, thank you for being available when Tony was sick last minute.
My
you
pleasure.
guys are two MVPs.
Yay.
Yeah, but
High five.
Yeah, we crushed it.
You did.
But at least Emily was at the gym. I was just home fucking around.
Yeah. I pretty much, if you saw me at the gym, you'd be like, that's fucking around.
You were out of the house, not so much at the gym, but
yeah,
out of-
yeah. I was just
get
fucking
it.
around.
What do you do at the gym?
I warm up on a stationary bike for 5 minutes, and then I'll just do either 3 different machines or 3 different like free weight things,
Mhm.
and then I'll run 2 miles.
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
pretty good. Now, are you running on a treadmill or are you running?
Treadmill. I used to run outside in LA, but just cars. If you're a pedestrian, it's like
No.
you have time to stop and whatever. But if you're trying to get the run on, it's like you got to be so conscious of cars that just you can't ever get it going. So I do the treadmill, and I do oh my god, why can't I think of the name of it? Intervals. So I'll like start for the first minute as slow as you can go, that where it could be walking,
Mm-hmm.
but you're still doing the motions. You're still in the joggy motion, and then up at 0.5 every minute until I go as fast as I can possibly go for a minute, and then start over.
Oh, that's
So I'll just do that and start over again and go through the cycle until I get to 2 miles.
how fast do you get to go?
The fastest I can get to is 8.5
Wow.
for a minute, but not every time. Sometimes I'm like, I can't do
Yeah.
it today. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get back to 8-minute mile.
It's impressive.
But that was when I was younger. I could do it. I have not been able to get there. I've gotten to like 8:45, I think is like the fastest I've gotten to.
I feel like it would take me like 30 minutes.
To do a mile?
Probably
Nah.
not.
They thought it couldn't be done. The 30-minute mile.
Nah, I bet you like a mile and 30 minutes. That's walking. That's just like fast walking.
I think you have
Yeah,
to go
that's what I
slower
could do.
than that.
Yeah.
30-minute mile.
I should time myself walking a mile and see how long it takes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
do
gonna
that on
some
my
time.
little thing because
All
I
right.
walk a lot too. But
I'm gonna do it.
it is fun. I love the gym. I do. I like
I'm a real
it.
gym rat.
I'm not a gym rat. I just like the feeling of when after it's done. Going,
Yes.
I did something. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
I kind of miss belonging to a gym. Emily, where can we find you? Plug anything you'd like to plug.
Okay, so I'm still hanging out on Mythical Kitchen on YouTube and Good Mythical Morning. I'm making appearances on there. I don't know if I'm allowed to. Maybe I should ask Jordan Morris. But Jordan Morris and I are working on a podcast together.
Oh my gosh, how cool.
I'm hoping it. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it'll come out eventually.
That's so
But
exciting.
yeah, so I don't know if I'm allowed to say everything about what it is yet because we're still working on it, but it should come soon.
Wow.
I got my bumper dinged at the swat and gobble.
Do I have one?
I don't have one for you.
Ah.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, I have to compete with. What does Jordan have another one?
Doctors can be women.
What else do we have of his?
We should all be a little more like Jeff Fox.
Oh wow,
Jeff is great. What a guy. Handsome and everything.
Thank you.
that's amazing.
Jeff, where might we? Nope. Daniel, where
What?
might we? Sorry, I always forget what order I go in now that we sit in.
Oh,
different
it
places at the
doesn't
table.
matter.
I know.
You can find me at Instagrams and Instagram offshoots at Daniel Quantz, and check out Doper's favorite things for a few of my favorite things, and so on.
Great,
Well, you know what? Try it out. I think you'll like it.
Jeff.
I don't really have anything online to plug, but I'm going to be having a yard sale in the next week or so. So it's hard for me to plug this online, but if people are in the West Los Angeles area, look for signs around Sunset Boulevard in Westwood. for Science to My Yard Sale, I'll be selling my world-renowned Hummel and Salt and Pepper figurine collections.
Ooh.
But the only downside is, I know this is getting a little shaggy, but I live in Bel Air, and it's a gated neighborhood, so you have to look for the signs, and then so that'll take you to the gate. So if you're in LA and you see the signs, follow the signs. I don't know when it's going to happen, but look for them, and if you see them, go there. Follow it to the gate. Go to the guest entrance. The code is star 042240 star pound, and that'll let you in, and then you can go to the...
So 2 stars and a pound
Yeah.
on that?
Yeah. So
Very sophisticated.
So, yeah, I'll see you there.
Oh, why are you selling your Hummels?
Making room, you know.
Yeah.
For more Hummels?
Yeah. I have a 1 in, 2 out rule. So I have
Sure.
a bunch that I have
Good.
bookmarked on eBay. So in
Yeah.
order for me to buy them, I have to get rid of 2.
Yeah. What's the fun of having a Hummel collection if you aren't just...
It's static.
They're not flowing through, in and out.
I enjoy them, but at some point you decide it's time for someone else to enjoy them. So you want to kind of
It's
pay it
nice.
forward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so nice. This has been so much fun, everyone. Please rate and review my podcast. Follow me on YouTube. I'm on all the social media. Everything that you could want Allison Rosen wise can be found in my link tree, which is in my Instagram bio. Get the re-release of my book, please. I love you. Thanks, everyone. Listeners, thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen Show?